What up, fish friends? Follow along today as I go over the setup for this 6-foot long, 125 gallon planted tank. This is going to be a super fun project. I'm upgrading Bruce's tank from a 60 gallon to a 125 gallon. He was one of my first clients from a few years ago when I started my business, so I'm excited to see him get an upgrade today. Alright, so I'm resting out these rocks on some styrofoam because they're pretty big and I don't want them to damage the glass. The idea is that they'll create a little bit of a barrier that I'll put some soil behind where I can grow plants and then some sand in front of them. So there will be a couple really heavily planted islands, and then to contrast that, a lot of open space for fish to swim around and a sandy bottom for some bottom dwellers. Alright, now that I got all these rocks out, I'm gonna start with the wood. I have a few really massive chunks of some ponderosa pine that I collected myself while hiking, just laying them over these rocks to create a lot of good hiding spots underneath. I kind of want to give the idea that they're roots that have grown over the rocks, and then they create little caves in between where the fish can swim under and find shelter. When you're using wood like this, you want to make sure that you weigh it down or glue it somehow. Since I'm setting this tank up all in one day, there's no time to glue anything, so I'm just going to be using big rocks to weigh them down, just wedge them in place. And then some of this wood actually is from the 60 gallon that we're upgrading, and it's already waterlogged. It'll have a ton of beneficial bacteria, and yeah, it'll be great to help jumpstart this tank. Okay, so this soil also has a ton of beneficial bacteria. It's been in a cycled tank for a couple years now. Just gonna toss this in the back, pretty simple process, and then pour some sand along the front and start filling the tank. Obviously you want to fill it really slow. I stick this sponge in at the end and then use a really weak pump to just slowly fill the tank. There's a lot of plants from the tank that I just ripped down. Using these really big mature plants helps to get this tank going a lot faster, especially compared to some of those small in vitros and other plants that have been grown out of water that melt back. These plants are good to go and will start filling in right away. And 2 months down the road, this tank is looking spectacular. It really helps to use mature plants and bioactive soil, like stuff from another established aquarium. Alright, let's go over some equipment and livestock. This tank is running two Oase Biomaster 250s, just under 200 each I think, and then the lights were about 30 bucks each. They're night crews, really awesome lights that have a built-in timer with a sunrise and sunset mode, and then a little moonlight for a couple hours before the lights turn off completely. They're really a terrific light. They're not that strong, like this tank doesn't get that much algae in it, but it's clearly strong enough to grow some good looking plants. So all in all, this tank is not that expensive considering it is a brand new 125 gallon. Bruce picked it up from PetSmart for like 600 bucks when it's on sale. Otherwise it's about $1,000. One of my favorite things about this tank is the choice for livestock. There's so many nano fish in this tank, and watching them stick together and school around across 6 feet of water is such a relaxing feeling. The boss of the tank is definitely this angelfish. Some glow tetras, glow light tetras, harlequin rasboras, red-eye tetras, cardinal tetras, a couple different cories, some opistogrammas, zebra danios, and a few other types of species. I think a lot of people would be tempted to put some monster fish in this tank, which wouldn't be wrong to do, but I really do enjoy watching tons of small fish swim around. It also helps to create like a really cool sense of scale where the tank looks a lot larger because there's tons of little things buzzing around. I do clean this tank once a month, clean the filters out, scrub the tubing and sponges, all that stuff, wash the glass down, siphon out some gunk, do maybe a 40% water change. One of the reasons that this tank is so stable is because there are tons of floating plants. These floating plants really are terrific in that they help to maintain more stable conditions by absorbing a lot of nutrients and light. They grow like crazy. I pull a ton of this out every month, leave a little bit, and it always fills in by my next visit. Little Dorothy here is one of the biggest fans of the aquarium. She loves it. Well, anyways, I hope you love this tank too and enjoyed this video, maybe feeling a little inspired to set up a big old tank for yourself. Thanks so much. Until next time, see ya.